journaling time.
All right. Forgot my microphone, forgot the music. I should be better at this by now. Hold on, folks. 1 second here. Let's get some tunes. There we go. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing on this fine Wednesday evening? Hopefully everyone's doing all right. I'm doing pretty good. I just got back from the dentist where it could have been bad. It was not bad at all. I'm very grateful. All right. So, if you're new, welcome. Let me know. Say what's up in the chat to everybody. And we're going to give everybody 5 minutes or so to trickle in here. Got Elizabeth in the house. Hello. Cool icon. Like the rainbow hand. Darlene, what's up? Let's get this party started. That's right. I'm hoping we get some more people in tonight because I've been running these little YouTube ads, if you've seen them. And just trying to get more people to join the party, you know? The more the merrier. Katrina's here. What's up, Katrina? Melissa's new. Well, welcome. I'll give you the rundown in just a moment. We got Ruth from Dallas. Deidre's giving everyone the good vibes. Tara, brand new to the group. Welcome. Mary's in the house. Misty's here. Everyone's here. Good. All right, folks. I'm going to give it a few more minutes. Let everyone get in. And in the meantime, I will explain what's going on. What's up, Elizabeth? All right, cool. So if you're new, welcome to Journal Party Live. My name is Alex Gellner. Journal Party is something I started a couple years ago while I was in between jobs and looking to do something not so worky. Does that make sense? Just trying to do something that fulfilled my soul, gave me some purpose, and something that was a lot of fun. And I was sitting trying to figure out what to do, and as I was sitting there, a little alarm went off on my phone reminding me to journal. And being a journaler for 25 plus years now, I was like, oh, well, that's it. I got to teach people to journal. Got to bring journaling to the masses. Obviously, journaling has traditionally been a solitary activity, but I think you'll find that it is quite fun when we get together and share insights. All right. Welcome to Alyssa and Gail. Mary's here. Cool. What's up? All right. So let me share my screen here. Now, what you're looking at is the Journal Party platform. Now, we have this available on desktop, and you can access that by going to journalparty.com. Or you can download our mobile app, and I'll put up a little QR code there if you want to get that. And the important thing to know is that unlike other journaling apps, inside of the journaling app, Journal Party app, that is, you do not write into it. It is designed to be a companion to your regular, traditional paper journal. And so the idea is that you open it up, and inside you'll find all these really great guided journaling programs. Pro tip, if you ever need to hop off one of these lives, or you just want to catch the replay for whatever reason, this is where you'll find them, under the program section there, and then inside of the Journal Party Live tab there. I lost my little cursor here. All right, let me get music going on again. Didn't expect that song to end so quickly. We got another one for you. All right, so anyway, what we do is every week we try to debut our newest programs that from the app inside of Journal Party Live. So even though we do have a membership that you can pay for if you're really into journaling, you don't have to pay for it to do Journal Party Live. This is totally free, and this is usually how we debut our premium programs. So kind of a little bit of a sneak peek. But as you'll see here, we have all these really great guided journaling programs for you. And the newest one that we're going to be going through tonight is called Finding Hope. And what you'll learn is I tend to put these programs together selfishly because, I get a lot out of journaling, and it's sort of my way to just to process the world around me. And, the world around me has been pretty intense lately. I don't know if anyone else is feeling that, but it's been a little wonky, I have to say. I don't want to make this, I never want to make this a political thing. I think this should be a safe haven for that. But obviously, a guy almost getting assassinated is pretty troublesome. And I think, this weekend, just to be fully candid, I was feeling just really discouraged and just overwhelmed and just thinking like, is there anything that I can look forward to? Is there anything that I can do? Is there any hope? And I started journaling about it, and then I started feeling a lot better. So I was thinking, well, I can't be the only one who feels this way. And so I put together tonight's program. It's called Finding Hope, and we've got 10 journal prompts for you this evening, 3 minutes each. We're going to try to keep it moving. If you have the app, you can always go back and pause and take your time, or you can check the replays. But these prompts are designed to help you reflect a little bit, but also to dig deep and find some things you can be hopeful for. I think it's very important that we don't lose hope. And I've had mixed feelings about hope. I think I heard like a Tony Robbins quote one time saying, like you shouldn't hope because, I guess he's talking about like you end up shooting all over yourself. I think he says that or whatever. But, I still think it's important to, I think what he's talking about is like not to rest on your laurels. And that's not what I'm talking about here. We're not going to be just plain wishing for things that we want this evening. You guys probably, can do that whenever. What tonight's more about is just finding that little bit of a flame, a little bit of a spark deep down inside of you, that can be that spark that ignites the whole combustion engine of your being, to propel you forward and keep you going, even when the going gets tough and things are, obviously getting a little crazy. So I think you're going to really enjoy this evening. We're almost 10 after here. So, if everyone's ready, I think we're going to get this party started. I'm very excited this evening. I've been real quick. I gotta show this off. So I've been hard at work designing some really awesome journals for the, can you see that? For the Journal Party family. And pretty cool. When you scan these, you get all the journal prompts and stuff like that. And I got a bunch of really cool colors. So spoiler alert, we're going to have a really awesome little shop for everybody soon. But I'm just excited because I had just filled my last journal, and so I was really looking forward to getting some of these samples so I can try them out. So hopefully, man, I got the Beekman hair tonight. All right, hopefully, check that out. It's debossed. We got the logo on it and everything. All right, so I'm going to be writing into this tonight. I'm going to make sure that this is a quality product before we release it to the Journal Party family. But anyway, I digress. It's time to get this party started, everyone. So go ahead, open up your journal, get your favorite pen, maybe a glass of water or something like that. And I will guide you through this little process here. So the way it's going to work is I'm going to read the prompt. You're going to see a timer, and it's just going to keep us moving through all of the prompts this evening. And once we are finished at the end, we can all kind of hang out and share our insights. So think you'll love it if you're new, and welcome if you're new. And if you're not new and you're coming back, if you're a seasoned veteran of the Journal Party family, welcome. So glad to have you back, and we obviously couldn't do this without you. So, all right, let's get this party started. I'm going to hit this Start Now button here. It's going to count us down. I'll read the prompts and kind of fade off into the background. Keep the music going. Sound good? Good. All right. Counting down. Okay, your first prompt of the evening is meaning. What does hope mean to you personally? Just start writing. You ready for your next prompt? Resilience. Write about a time when hope helped you through a difficult situation. comes your next one, inspiration. Describe a person in your life who inspires hope in you. Next prompt, cultivation. How do you cultivate hope on a daily basis? All right. Ready for the next one? Daily joys. What are some small things that give you hope each day? Messages. Reflect on a hopeful message or quote that resonates with you. Next prompt is sharing. How do you share hope with others around you? Goals. Write about a future goal that fills you with hope. All right, here comes your next one, influence. How does hope influence your decisions and actions? Final prompt is vision. What is a hopeful vision you have for the world? All right, party people. Nice work. Hope you found that hopeful. Hope you found that inspirational. I did pretty well on this one. I mentioned that I had my own little journal session after I was feeling discouraged over the weekend, and just so helpful. I mean, if you ever catch yourself just saying discouraging things to yourself, or that negative self-talk, or start losing hope, really recommend journaling, just because after a little while, what I like to call head garbage just gets out of your head and onto the page, where you're then just free to create a new set of thoughts, a new state of being for yourself. And that was most necessary for me. I'm normally a perpetual optimist, and I get really freaked out when I get really discouraged. And fortunately, I've spent my entire life, cultivating these strategies to center, just to get right with myself, to deal with what it is to be a neurotic human being, and not only just deal with it, but then prime yourself to be in a state to where you can really contribute. I mean, I think to me, at least, if you think about, why are we here? Like, why are we all here together? And I don't really know the answer to that. I don't know that anyone does, but I do know that, we all have the ability to contribute, right? We all have the ability to participate. And, this weekend, I didn't even want to participate. But after I got right with myself, I was able to get back in touch with my creativity, created some really great stuff for Journal Party. Like I said, we've got this really awesome store on the way, dropped a bunch of new programs and things like that. And, I know that's just my contribution, but it's important. I think, if your state of being is not in a good way, everything that comes out of you is going to resemble those qualities. And so what's the saying? Garbage in, garbage out. So, hopefully and that's another thing, right? With journaling, I think a lot of the utility of journaling is just cultivating self-awareness. And over time, hopefully you can recognize when you're off kilter. I mean, for me, it was pretty obvious. I was like, oh, this is not normal for me. And so, I started journaling. I talked to my counselors about it. Went to church. I mean, that's, I don't care if you're religious or anything, but, I think it was helpful for me to gain some different perspective, right? Get all the junk out of my head and open up your mind to the possibility that there's something much bigger going on. And it's something that you're a part of, and that you can enjoy, you can contribute to. And, even when the world resembles a dumpster fire, which it can often, if we don't find that hope, how are we ever going to take the necessary actions to improve the circumstances? And so this was really important for me personally, just to get this program right. So I hope it paid dividends for you all. So for the newbies here, typically after we finish our prompts for the evening, we just ask that you go through, take a quick glance at what you wrote down. You never have to share it. Your journal can remain super sacred, and you never have to share what you wrote. But that said, we often emerge with really great insights, and as we get to know each other, I hope this can be a safe space for us to share those insights, and even more than just insights. As we all start to get to know each other, it's really great to be able to share things that are going well, maybe things that aren't going so well, get some support for that. We're a community here. And so I think, as a community of journalers, the type of people who are willing to sit there and reflect, you're in good company. So encourage the share, but by all means, if you want to just hang out and do whatever, this is your party too. So I'm gonna take a look here at some of the shares. So I see some of them are coming in here. All right. Misty says that was awesome as usual. I'm glad you liked it. Darlene loved it. Elizabeth says it was really good. I'm glad you liked it. Deidre, very thought-provoking and revealing. Good. Misty says her favorite question was the first one, and hope is so important to me that my daughter is even named Esperanza, meaning hope in Spanish. That is awesome. Yeah, I mean, I think I used to discount it. I mean, this was, I mentioned this at the top of this thing, and not, I guess I had different ideas about what hope was. And in my mind, hope was like the same thing as like wishing for something. Oh, like I hope something good happens. And like, that doesn't really put you into a position of authority or power with your own circumstances. And so I think I used to just even resist the idea of hope. But lately, as things increasingly seem out of our control and seem a little futile, I think it's really important to cultivate that belief that things can get better and that you can be a part of that. I mean, that was one of my first things that I had written in here. It's a lot of it is just down to that belief. And actually my quote that I pulled was, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. And that's from Henry Ford, who wasn't the best individual. But that said, I think the quote is really powerful and it puts you in the driver's seat. And it kind of goes back to this idea of hope, where like if you don't have any of that hope, like how on earth are you supposed to show up in a way that works for your life? I don't think that's possible. Whereas if you reframe things and you do have that belief that that things can be better, brighter, then that's I think that's a really powerful thing. Let me see what else we got in here. Teacher says that's an ever-present reminder. Yeah, for sure. Naming your daughter after hope. That's great. Let's see. If we look for the hope and inspiration in our worlds, we can find it. I think so. What's that? There's another quote. It's like you always find something in the last place that you look. I don't know that fully lays on top of that one. But for sure, I think, in terms of like what we choose to give our attention to, I mean, I know that I'm not alone in this. I've caught myself just like on the doom scrolling train lately. And, when you go looking for things to be upset about, like you'll find them. It's pretty easy. These algorithms make it really easy for you to get upset about things and to, get mad at your fellow man or woman. Yeah, I think, on the flip side of that, if you decide to look for something better, something that feels better, something, just a better vibe, to put it in a way, that's, it's very important. So good share, Deidre. All right, let's see. Darlene says, hope allows me to dream big and I'll never say never. Hope also helps me to accept that if not this time, maybe next time. Yeah, that's a good point because, just hoping for something doesn't guarantee it. And so I think it's important to be realistic, but, if something doesn't go your way, you don't get what you want, maybe it wasn't yours to have in any moment or in that moment, but, you've got to believe that good things are possible for yourself, for sure. June says it was a challenge. Well, good. I think, look, if you ever, are ever feeling challenged with these things and you just don't know what to write, I mean, that's one thing. So, my little trick for not knowing what to write is to just start writing. And so, I'll often, if you were to look at mine, you'd see I write down the questions, and just getting the pen moving gets me thinking. The other thing is I want to mention, you never have to 100% stick to the prompt here. I mean, if you feel like writing about your dog, do whatever. I think the intention of just sitting here and creating space for any of these topics is powerful in and of itself. But the other thing is I don't want these to be like lukewarm prompts. I want us to dig a little bit deeper, because a lot of this is about changing your perspective and changing your state of mind and being. So, if it's something that's easy that you quickly rattle off, right? Like even gratitude can be that way sometimes, right? Like, I'm grateful for my house, I'm grateful for my clothes, I'm grateful for my fiance, and not to say that, not to cheapen any of that at all, but like, that's not hard for me to do. Whereas, sometimes digging deep for hope is hard, but once you start to hit that pay dirt, I think, if you're like me, you'll find that, just even starting that trend is a really, really big deal. Let's see. Darlene says, my faith in God keeps me grounded because my hope is in him. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to make this, I don't want to make anyone feel bad if they have a different belief system or whatever. Your life is your choice. But I think, certainly having some sense of spirituality is really important. Well, it's powerful. Let me put it that way. Just because, I think having the idea that something is bigger than you can often break you out of your human mind, which, let's be honest, I mean, this is a big universe, and our perspective is so incredibly limited. And not only that, but we bring all sorts of hangups to every given moment, and it's real easy to make it all about us, and that can lead you down a dark road, especially when things stop going your way or don't go your way. And I think it's a really powerful thing to have the hope of something greater that can work with you, that can move with you. And so if you find that in God, then that is more power to you. So thanks for the share. Katrina said, I also journaled and prayed this weekend, listened to calming soundscapes and added in some meditation, spent some time with the granddaughter who give me hope for the future. Very good. Very good. Yeah. I mean, man, what a weekend, right? I was in such a bad way. Like it really, it's hard to watch. It's hard to watch people who could be good friends in real life, like just get at each other's throats and in online and stuff like that. And it's hard to watch people who are so off kilter that they I don't want to give too much breath to some of the the events of this weekend, but it can get it can get pretty dark. And so it's important to recognize when you're on the wrong path, and reach for the things that help you. In this case, look, it sounds like you got your soundscapes and meditation, prayer, all great things. Journaling, it's important to build yourself a toolbox, I think, to cope with these things. And I know that's even one of those things you see on, like, when people are attacking each other online, like, oh, cope harder, right? Like, what a mean thing to say to somebody, like, when they're having trouble. So, I mean, and that's another thing, I guess, that I was thinking about is, well, as part of like my hope for the future, I hope that we can start to use technology to liberate ourselves, instead of killing each other, right? Like, man, I seen lately, like they're using AI now to fly fighter jets that can fly better than the pilots. Like, that's insane. That is insane. Like, we're using all these amazing technologies to try to harm each other, whereas these are some amazing groundbreaking technologies that could be used to, like I said, liberate us, right? Like, imagine if instead of building these technologies to hurt each other. We built them to feed each other, to understand each other, to come together, to talk with each other, and not in a way where you're just, slinging memes at each other. How original, right? I mean, I love a good meme, but like you're just replicating ideas that are someone else's, and yeah, they may be funny, but like, that's not discourse. And I think we've kind of lost that. And so my hope for the future is that we can all sort of, cultivate these tools, especially as they become more readily available with technology, and that we can start having a bit of compassion for one another. I don't agree with everybody I meet online. And sometimes, I do get that urge to like, start a word fight with somebody, and, that's just not the way. Like, nobody feels good about that. So, sorry, had a phone call there. All right. All right. I lost my train of thought, so we're moving on to the next comment. Mark says, when hope disappears, so does action. Absolutely. Absolutely. I really resonate with that 100%, because I found, when I was in a dark way this weekend, just didn't like, I felt like anything that I could do was not enough and wouldn't matter. So, I ceased to take action in things that, that I typically take action in terms of like productivity and creating things, my art and stuff. But fortunately, I was able to, talk to some people, journal about it, and yeah, right back on the horse. So 100% agree with you, Mark. Elizabeth says, the quote or message I found right after the attempt on Saturday, I found was the quote from Jimmy Carter. What are the things you can't see? I would say justice, truth, humility, service, and it gets cut off, compassion, and love. You can't see any of those, but they are the guiding lights of a life. Wow, that's a very powerful quote. She says, my hope is that people will start living with this in mind. Yeah, well, I mean, you should share that. If you don't mind, I don't know if you're in the Facebook group. It looks like you are, because you're on Facebook here. Drop that in the group, and anyone, if you feel like sharing whatever quote inspired hope in you, then please do share this stuff. I think, sometimes I get a little cynical. I see like, quotes and things like online. I'm just like, yeah, right. I mean, sometimes it's like kumbaya, right? But man, we are really in need of some positive messaging, and some connection here. So, if you can share that and it resonates with somebody, and there's connections formed that are, rooted in a higher ideal, higher virtues, then that's what we need. There's so much just strife born out of the need to be right. Right. That's another quote. I don't know who said this, but it was just a challenge of like, is it better to be right, or is it better to be kind? And well, I mean, in certain circumstances, yeah, I would argue that it's important to be right, but I don't know, internet arguments on Twitter, probably better to be kind. Well, thanks for the share, Elizabeth. That was a nice one. Mark says, remember in the dark what you know to be true in the light. Oh, these are cool quotes. It feels like a tattoo. Darlene says, hope is a feeling of expectation and desire for a certain thing to happen. Also a feeling of trust. That's good. Let's see. We got Deborah here. Says, my vision, let's be one. Love each other. Be one's best. Always. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, imagine how much more we could get done if we weren't just constantly tearing each other down. I mean, I don't know that this quote overlays on top of it either, but I've thought about this recently, which is, there's two ways to build the tallest building. You can, or to have this tallest building in town. You can knock everybody else's down who's taller than you, or you can build something bigger, better. And I think, we should be encouraging that in each other. So, yeah, let's be one. Let's move as a unit. Like, I think that's what was kind of ripping me up, is just like, it's hard to have hope when you see everything just so divided, so polarized, and it's like the second you think you're making progress, there's just someone waiting in the wings to like erase it. What's that all about? I mean, it's tough. I think we have different sets of realities that we're living in at this point because we're so polarized. But I think a lot of that is born out of just, these systems that we've bought into, and not even on like a government sort of level, so much as like these things that we use every day now, like Instagram and any of these platforms where you're scrolling. This wasn't part of our lives until recently. I mean, the iPhone came out in 2007. I mean, I know that we had our share of issues with people, and things have always been somewhat polarized, but a little bit of polarity is good. But when it's so polarized that it just spinning and there can be no cohesion, then it's difficult. So yeah, oneness is a value of mine that I think I share with you. Where's my mouse? Where's the mouse? Did my mouse just die? What is going on? I see it on the screen, but it's like not moving. I might have to like got one of these little things here. Okay, connected. All right, we did it. We're back. I'm moving the cursor. It is still acting a little bit wonky. So, wait, what is going on here? What is going on? Yeah, I think my battery is like dead here. All right, folks. So I hate to cut it short, but I'm not even going to be able to scroll through everything here. So, folks, I'm going to have to cut this one a little short, but you know what? No harm, no foul. I think, I've been trying to keep these things a little bit shorter, tighten them up a little bit, keep things under an hour. So we're at about an hour, folks. And I just wanted to say thank you again for joining us here on Journal Party Live. I promise I will go through and read all your comments once I have enough battery in my mouse here to check everything out, and I'll do my best to respond to you all. But just wanted to say thank you so much for participating in this evening. I think this is really important work that we're doing, and if you enjoyed it, please, if you're on YouTube, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can get notified the next time we do one of these, and share it. Share this with other people. This is, I think this is fun to show up, do by yourself, but it, could be even more fun to do it with other people. I think we saw a couple that was together here this evening. So super cool. This is becoming, I mean, it's always been a blessing for me, but I think it's just becoming more and more of a dream come true here, to commune with you all in a space where our intentions are so pure, and it really feels like we're doing good work. So thank you all for being a part of that. And I finally got my mouse positioned right over the end broadcast button, and it's a little janky, but I'm gonna hit it. So everyone, where is it? Okay, everyone, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. My name is Alex Gallner. This has been Journal Party Live, and it's been real. Party on.